Thing is exactly the way it is right now, and how it was exactly the same way when you were at the equity high. The system, the concepts, the methodology, and the way these markets book have not changed. The only thing that has changed is your perception about yourself, your own ability, and what you're going to do next. So you have a sense of heightened concern. You had a house fire. You want to hurry up and get your house restored. Does it happen like that in real life? No. You lose some things that you can't get back. That sense of, I'm doing everything right, this feels great, this is a lot easier than I thought it was while you were making that equity high. Now you have loss. You didn't need to second guess yourself in the beginning, but now you have to second guess yourself. Am I going to do that to myself again? What am I going to do? If this trade turns against me, how am I going to feel? See, now you have that in your mind now. And you're feeling it when you don't know how to trade, which causes a great deal of anxiety, performance anxiety. And it's easy to talk yourself out of ever staying with this when that happens. And a lot of people quit. A lot of people quit, but still push the button because they can't take themselves away from it, because they're in a state of mind, they're impulsive, they're reckless, and they just aren't willing to wrestle themselves into discipline. They've already quit. Subconsciously, they know they're never going to be able to do it, but they just want to push the button. Much like I mentioned before in a Twitter space, and I think I talked about it one time on a YouTube video lecture somewhere. On my first year honeymoon, I told you I took $100. That's all I had to take input into a, what do you call them? The slot machines. I could have brought more, but all I wanted to bring was $100 because I knew the chance of me making any money off of that is next to none. So I limited myself to $100. And I tried eventually, after being there for hours, trying to lose the $100. Like, I was down, just wanted to be done with it, but I didn't want to walk away because I was like, this is stupid. Like, I just want to lose it and be done. That's exactly what happens when you trade with the state of mind that my son has right now. You want to be able to say that you got pushed out of it by some external force. Yeah, stupid brokers. Yeah, the stupid market makers. They did it to me again. They got my stop. Oh. Because then it makes it a lot easier to deal with. You didn't mess up. It was somebody else that did it to you. You didn't do anything wrong. You did everything wrong. You did everything wrong. And you have no sense of responsibility. And unfortunately, in this industry, responsibility is always yours. It's yours. It's not mine as the mentor. It's not your broker's. It's not the funded account company. It's not the company that you keep. It's not your spouse. It's yours. And some people that come into my fold or in this industry don't ever have the responsibility that's required to be a trader. And when they're first introduced to that necessity of having responsibility by having losing trades, when they did it to themselves, oh, this stuff doesn't work. It's a fraud. It's a scam. Despite how many times have I shown you beforehand what's going to happen. You've seen me executing trades. You have seen me use a live account. It's on my YouTube channel. I showed you every day logging into it. I showed you losing trades. I showed you drawdown, correcting the drawdown, doubling the account in 5 weeks with one contract. But you didn't show 30 years of that. Get the fuck out of here. I don't need to. I'm showing you every day what it's going to do. Everybody that has a weak mind, they're going to manifest that outwardly in this industry when they suck ass. You can see who the weak people are. The people that chat too much. These things don't work. These things aren't profitable. These people are broke. They're in that state of mind that my son's feeling right now, and they never got out of it. They never got out of it. They're the guy that never got picked to be on the team. They're the last one picked. and they got a chip on their shoulder. My son has a chip on his shoulder right now. And I'm eager to see how he contends with that, because he's extremely competitive, very competitive. He has told me to my face, and I love it. He goes, Dad, I'm going to be better than you. And damn it, I fucking want to see it. I want to see it. I want to do everything I can to make that fucking happen. I want that. I want to see it. I hope I live long enough to see him smoke my ass and be able to do it way better than me. I want that. And how he handles this moment right now, this one here, it's like a ember. It's not a flame. It's just a small little ember. And I'm trying to handle it extremely delicately. I don't want it to go out, but I also don't want to drop it into a combustible liquid that would turn into a wildfire, because then you get reckless, screw jobs like you see on the internet. They're just wired differently now because they're bent. They're not successful. They go around calling everybody a fraud, and they don't produce anything to show that they can be a trader that's consistent. The only thing to talk about is toxic stuff, pointing out anything that's could be viewed as subpar, but not acknowledging the things that are working or being called into account before it happens. I want to keep his passion burning. Like, I don't want to smolder it, which is why I said earlier, I want to jump his ass as his dad. Like, you fucked up, but it's not the right time to do that. When we get back to the equity high, then I'm going to chew his fucking ass out. He'll be in a better position because he can see, okay, yeah, I get it, Dad. I watched what we did to get it back here. It's fine. Now it makes sense. But if I kick him in his face, rip his, head off and shake him by the lapels while he's feeling what he's feeling now, the only thing that would do is make him feel worse about what he's done. And that's just going to compound that loser's mentality that could really stay with him longer and create much more of a hardship for him to learn, because he'll have a scar. See, he's not looking at me as the reason that I didn't inflict the scar that he's going to have. I didn't create that for him. He's going to walk through his career now knowing that he himself did that. So I'm allowing this condition to do what it does in everybody, but also I'm going to coach him, encouraging him along as his dad and also as an inner circle trader. Yes, it sucks, but you got to fucking suck it up, Buttercup, because this is exactly what it's like the rest of your fucking career. When you go into drawdown, it is never fun. It's not fun, but I'm not, I'm going to lose my mind. I'm losing money. I have a losing trade. Oh, this sucks. Fuck that. Okay, I got that one wrong. What am I going to do next? Done. Handled. I have a process. He doesn't have a process. You didn't have a process when you went into drawdown, and then when you eventually blew your account. You had no process. You were in that burning house, and you were trying to put out the house fire because you didn't want all of your loved ones' things and your things, the things that you treasure in your life, you didn't want to see them all go up in smoke because you can't replace them. That's exactly what you're thinking about with that equity high. You think that's a family heirloom that you can't replace. The fuck out of here. That thing is something that you're going to go past. All this is a slingshot. Drawdowns are a slingshot. You go up to an equity high, you draw back to get more energy, and then let it go. Boom! New equity high. Eventually, you draw down again. Okay, that's no problem. I'm drawing down like a slingshot. And then, boom! New equity high. That's how this shit works. But when you first encounter it, you've been driving, you're doing everything correctly, and then all of a sudden, you did something silly, you did something stupid, you pushed it a little too much, and you have a losing trade. Okay, stop. Don't go back in. Wait till the next trading day. Give yourself some time. Remind yourself outwardly with your own mouth, speaking it. Tell yourself, there is no emergency. This losing trade is not an emergency. This is not something that I have to contend with immediately. I don't have to put this out as a fire. It's not a fire. It's a flat tire. It's not a barbecue. Your fucking car's not on fire on the side of the road. You had a flat tire. That's it. Change the fucking tire. That's all. Change the tire and get back on the road again. You can't do that if you melt the fucking car down with a car fire. You just can't do it. You have to get another one. Either reset the account or refund your account. That's not fun. It's expensive. So to avoid that, just let it be a flat tire. Stop. That's one losing trade. Okay, now you're angry. You're pissed off. Are you in the right state of mind to take a trade? No. So you have to have that as a process. As soon as you take a losing trade, boom, stop. Get up, walk away. 30 minutes minimum. I don't give a fuck what you think you're seeing in the charts. I don't care what I'm talking about on Twitter. Oh, it's going to be a big day. It's going to do this. It's going to draw here. Stop. Turn my ass off on Twitter. Don't look at social media. Turn your charts off. Leave for 30 minutes. Minimum. And when you come back, if you feel impulsive, like you got to be doing something, you are in a gambler's mindset and do not absolutely touch anything. But it's hard to pick up on all that unless you put some time between your loss and your next entry. I promise you, your next entry is going to be impulsive. It's going to be just reckless, stupid shit. Everybody does that. Everybody does that on their first drawdown. Everybody does it. It's weird. It would be amazing if people would do a testimonial and say, yeah, this is what it was like, and try to walk everybody that would be willing to listen to it. I'd love it. Like, I would love it if there would be a channel on YouTube. And I'm willing to be the one to do the first submission to it. What it was like on my first losing trade that took me into drawdown and I blew my first account. I would absolutely have no problem doing that, with the expectation that other people would do it too. And you know, you would hear, it would be like someone saying the same thing from the same fucking script. It's amazing how it always happens. It's the same shit. What goes on in our mind, what we're thinking, what we're fearful of, what we have to do right away. It needs to happen right now, for fuck's sake. I got to get my money back. No, you don't. No, you don't. You don't need to do that. But you do when you're live streaming, and you got to make yourself look smart. You're going to prove to the world you can trade better than ICT. Fuck, maximum loss day. That was insane. Man, I wish he'd start YouTube and live again. Missing it. But the point is this. My son wrecked himself. No problem. You got a flat tire. You got a fender bender. It is what it is. Dad knows how to fix that. No problem. But I can't fix what he's holding on in his brain as things to worry about, what to focus on. That needs to be guided, instructed, navigated with proper encouragement, but still allowing for that sting. I need that to be there for at least another week or so. Like, he needs to fear himself, not the market. Because that's what it's like when this industry puts you through something like this. It exposes you. It doesn't make your method, the teacher that taught you, the concept itself, it doesn't make any of that any different than what it was before you did something improper. It makes you shine a spotlight right on you. You, the operator, the person that pushed that button, the person that opened themselves up to risk. You were the one driving the car. You were the one that got drunk. You were the one that caused all that carnage. And you have to own it. And some people that come to this industry aren't equipped to own it. They want to blame everything and someone else for their stupidity, their impulsiveness, their lack of self-control. And you have to own it. And you have to be strong and identify it. As soon as you start feeling that way, identify what it is. It's not weakness to stop trading. It's not weakness to go home and draw down. That is not weakness. That is absolutely the right way to do it. You have to be able to take losses. Go home with them. It's okay. The market's going to be there. Opportunities will present themselves again. And that equity high is not a family heirloom that you've lost in a fire. It's not an insurmountable peak on a mountain that you're never going to be able to get back to. It's not Mount Everest. I don't know if you ever noticed or did. There's a lot of documentaries about Mount Everest rather. And I would never climb that place. I would never do that. I'm afraid of heights. I ain't going to be afraid to say it. I have vertigo. And if I watch a video on YouTube where people are really high up, I literally feel like I'm falling off the couch. And I'm in my home, but I literally feel like I'm going to fall looking like that. I don't have the ability to handle that. But you are not looking at that equity high that you slip down and draw down from and viewing that as Mount Everest. And listening to documentaries about Mount Everest, there's a lot of people that climb up there and die up there. And they can't go up there and get them. That's where they drop. That's where they lay. And the cold temperature just keeps them, how they were when they dropped. Just because you want to climb back up there again, you don't want to die on the ascent, much like a lot of people do trying to climb Mount Everest. Healthy, fit people have died climbing up there. They went too fast. You have to go up a little while, rest, let yourself get accustomed to that height. Same way when you're coming down, much like a scuba diver. You go down, you have to go down at a controlled pace. And you got to come up a controlled pace to allow the blood to regulate. Otherwise, you'll get the bends. And that's not fun. But that equity high that you fell from, you're going to go there again. But you don't have to go there right away. It's just like when you went to your favorite vacation destination. You went there, the drive was great. You couldn't wait to see the new equity high in your new trades. Okay, great. You get a new equity high. Wonderful. You show your wife, okay, big deal. It's a new high score. And then you want to impress her. What do? Take the next trade because you feel like you're right there. It's almost at that target I'm looking for. This is another thing I'd like to see. How many people did their ass in when they were just trying to get to a target that they have already assigned? Like, I have to get to this level. This is my target. And they may have got out of a trade that just fell short. Like I'm talking like 20 fucking bucks. Something so simple like that. I just missed my target. As a 20-year-old, I did stupid shit like that. I was trading copper one time. And I literally fell short of it. One point. And that would have been the number that I was aiming for. And there was time still left in the day. I said, all right, let me just go in here real quick and do one more. In that one single contract, trying to get to that level, it was a losing trade. So what happened? The same thing happened with my son on Friday morning.